Welcome back to TV Cogeco News. I have an awesome guest in studio today. We have Tyler Morrison, funny man. Thank you for coming in.
Hey, thanks for having me.
No problem. Now, we're here to talk about the Cottage Comedy Festival. Before we get into that, just for viewers that are don't know who you are and things like that, just talk about what you do and where you are right now.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm a stand-up comedian. I'm from Muskoka, actually, born and raised, in Bracebridge, Ontario. Been doing comedy for 13 years now, and we started a comedy festival in Muskoka to bring all the best acts to the area, and it's been great. We've been doing it for 8 years now.
Oh wow!
So it's it's awesome to be able to do it in my hometown, and I still live in Bracebridge, which is great, and it provides me the opportunity to travel all over the world doing comedy. So
I mean, I've been to one of your festivals a couple years back, and it was amazing. A really good event, very funny, and just to see the caliber of local talent that we have too is amazing. Let's talk about that. So the Cottage Comedy Festival, when is it, and what can people expect when they go see it?
Sure, it's next week, August 19th to 22nd. We have shows all over Bracebridge and Gravenhurst. We're doing a really cool series of shows in Bracebridge, which we're partnering with local restaurants, and we're doing a dinner show package for each night. So we're doing on the 19th, this show was just added, the Griffin Pub, we're doing Ben Miner, who's a finalist on MasterChef. He was a finalist on MasterChef. He's doing his thing called seasoned comedy, and he works with the venue to create a dish, and then he does a funny comedy presentation with a show afterwards. And that's on the Wednesday night. And then the Thursday night, we're at the Thirsty Judge, which is such a cool place. They're all like very intimate venues, right? So we get K. Trevor Wilson, who's on Comedy Network. He just finished doing the show Letterkenny Problems. It's going to be the brand new show on Comedy Network. He's headlining that show, and that's the best of the fest. Prime rib dinner at Thirsty Judge, and then the show afterwards. The Friday night, we're at Muskoka Riverside Inn, and we have Rebecca Kohler, who's one of the best comedians in the country. She's so funny. She's been on Just for Laughs, and she's been a writer for This Hour Has 22 Minutes. She's headlining that show. And we're doing, David from Riverwalk is now with Muskoka Riverside Inn as well. It's their new dining lounge called Seasons, so we're doing a dinner show there as well. Then we have our big gala on the Saturday night, Gravenhurst Opera House. I mean, this show, it can't get any better than this. We have Tim Steeves, who's a 4-time Gemini Award winner. He's a writer for the Rick Mercer Report.
Nice. This
Hour Has 22 Minutes. He was one of the guys who was, behind the Canadians Talking to Americans special that was very popular. And he's done everything in Canada. He's one of the best headliners the country has ever had, and he's headlining that. And we're actually filming a special for him. We're doing a video special and album for Tim Steeves at the Gravenhurst Opera House. And so if you come to that one, we also have a little bonus show after that we're doing, which is a live comedy podcast, which is my podcast. It's called The Rude Dudes.
Okay.
We're getting pretty popular in the United States. So
good.
But we have a pretty cool loyal Canadian fan base too, and we're going to be doing the Cottage Comedy Best of the Fest podcast. So in the bar area after the show, you come down, have some drinks, and listen to the best comedians in the festival talking with us and telling funny stories. So,
oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's kind of an interactive, vibe that we have, and we're different than other festivals because other festivals, you go to the show and you never get backstage to meet any of these guys. But at our festival, like they're right there. It's like they're VIP kind of exclusive experiences. And it's just a cool down-to-earth vibe at Cottage Country Comedy Festival.
Well, let's continue on that. You talk about it being unique because of that. Is there any other unique aspects to it that maybe people at home who are watching, like, oh, I don't know, should I go? Like, what would you say to that person to come on out?
I mean, I think that the unique part is that we put on such great shows that are tailored to Muskoka audiences. We, being from here, I kind of know what comedians that people will enjoy up here. There's a strong blue-collar vibe to it as well, and but we do have a variety, and I think that's the main thing is, there's something for everyone at a festival. It's different than maybe just going to a standard comedy show where, you may have one really good act and, a couple guys that you don't care for, whereas we're picking the best of the best in Canada and putting them all on one stage. So I think that's one of the strong points of being able to do a festival as opposed to just your regular one-nighter comedy thing.
So how can people get more information or even buy the packages for this festival coming up?
Yeah, if you just go on cottagecomedy.com, it has all the information, or you can call 705-644-9850, and then we'll give you all the information you need, answer any questions you have. We also do have another show that's coming up in the area that's the week later. It is on the 29th in Port Sydney. We're doing the Port Sydney Community Hall, and that's going to be right after the festival. Cottage Comedy goes on the road and starts doing like touring shows with a tour called Backroads Comedy Tour, and I'm going to be headlining that show. So we're coming into Port Sydney to do a night there too. So all the information is right on cottagecomedy.com, and we're gonna have such a great time with so many funny comics, and yeah, it's exciting to to be back. It's our 8th year in Muskoka doing this, and hopefully we see a lot of people out.
Okay, well, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us about this. It sounds like it's going to be a really great show. And I guess just one last thing, if you want to look at that camera right there, and that's a person watching you, I'm wondering if they should come.
This one right here.
This one right here in the middle,
one?
right
Oh,
there.
okay.
Try to convince them to come
Not
out.
you. Hey, come on out to the Cottage Country Comedy Festival. We got some funny jokes. We got some funny comedians. You can sit on your dock, but I hope it rains if you do. Come out to the shows and have some fun. We're going to have a party.
Thank you so much.